Welcome to today's explainer. Look, it is May 1st, 2026, and if you're tracking the real estate market right now, you already know that artificial intelligence is the massive elephant in the room. Seriously, every brokerage, every networking event, every online forum, it's just buzzing with speculation about what these next few years are going to look like. But industry expert Leo Robles just dropped a deeply researched piece called The AI Edge, and it takes a completely unexpected angle on this whole technological shift. Instead of, just joining the chorus of panic, Robles actually did the hard work. He analyzed what is literally happening right now on the front lines of the industry. He's cutting through all that noise to examine shifting buyer and seller expectations and, way more importantly, the future value of the real estate professional. It's a highly analytical, total paradigm-shifting framework that redefines what it means to be a successful agent in today's market. I am so eager to unpack his findings with you.
Okay, let's dive into this because the million-dollar question keeping agents up at night right now is super simple. Will AI cut your commissions? And hey, it's an entirely valid anxiety. Whenever a powerful new technology crashes into an established industry, disruption absolutely follows. We're not going to retread the basic psychology of why people fear automation. Instead, we are looking straight at the empirical data Robles presents for our 2026 landscape. There's this pervasive assumption out there that just because algorithms can, automate property matches, whip up market reports, and draft contracts instantly, the perceived value of the human agent is just going to plummet. The big fear is that consumers will demand lower fees, assuming the software is doing all the heavy lifting. But Robles, he challenges this head on. By evaluating transaction volumes and commission structures of AI-heavy brokerages versus traditional ones, his research points to a completely different, honestly counterintuitive reality for those willing to proactively adapt.
Robles completely flips the narrative here with one definitive stance. AI isn't replacing the agent, it's amplifying the agent. That word, amplifying, is absolutely crucial. It's the key to his entire thesis. Robles argues that AI acts as a massive force multiplier for the expertise you already have. So think of it not as some robot substitute sitting in your chair at the closing table. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a hyper-efficient team of assistants working quietly in the background, literally giving you superpowers. It means taking an agent who's a brilliant negotiator but, let's say, really struggles with marketing and instantly elevating their marketing output to an elite level. It means giving an agent who can comfortably juggle 5 active clients the operational bandwidth to flawlessly manage 15 without a single drop in service quality. For the professionals who recognize this and actually integrate these tools, Robles argues the exact opposite of their biggest fear is going to happen. Instead of taking a pay cut, they're setting themselves up for unprecedented professional growth and market share.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how precisely it targets the daily pain points of the job. Robles breaks this down into a really stark contrast. Just think about how much of a typical week is completely eaten up by playing calendar Tetris with clients, inspectors, and other agents. Or consider those hours lost just digging through spreadsheets, fielding online inquiries, trying to qualify leads who, let's be real, end up ghosting you by Sunday morning anyway. These are the mundane, necessary, but incredibly draining chores of the business. Robles points out that current AI is perfectly equipped to absorb all of this. By offloading that robotic busywork, you suddenly free up massive chunks of your calendar and your mental energy. And that lets you pivot entirely to high-value human tasks. You finally get to focus your time on what human beings naturally do best, navigating complex emotional negotiations, building deep, trust-based client relationships, and providing that nuanced, high-level strategic advisory that an algorithm simply cannot replicate.
So, when you successfully make that shift away from the busywork, you unlock a fundamentally different relationship with your clients. Because AI is out there handling the heavy lifting of back-end data and administrative drag, you naturally become significantly more efficient and far more knowledgeable about macro market trends. But here's the crucial takeaway. Your clients don't actually care how fast your AI can run a comparative market analysis. What they really care about is that you now have the time and the emotional bandwidth to hold their hand through a highly stressful inspection period. They care that you are intensely focused on their specific, unique needs. According to Robles, this dedicated attention directly translates to delivering a superior, highly personalized service. And it's just a simple market truth. Clients are always willing to pay for premium expertise, tangible results, and peace of mind. By delivering those superior results faster and with way more consistency, your value proposition as an agent isn't diminished at all. It's vastly elevated. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we are talking about in practice. Let's look at how this actually plays out on the ground right now. Enter a concrete 2026 technology that's making serious waves in the market called Deal Flow AI. Now, this isn't just some basic chatbot or a simple automated email generator. No way. It's a highly sophisticated analytical engine used specifically to optimize negotiation strategies. Dealflow AI parses real-time market leverage, historical seller concessions in hyperlocal zip codes, and days on market trends, synthesizing all that data to give the agent a mathematically backed negotiation playbook. By utilizing an advanced tool like this, the agent brings a level of strategic firepower to the table that literally wasn't accessible even 2 years ago. The AI gives you the edge for sure, but it is still the human agent executing the strategy, reading the room, and directly impacting the client's bottom line in a highly positive, measurable way.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because a really fascinating chain reaction happens when you integrate these tools into a live deal. Imagine a single transaction unfolding. First, you utilize an AI tool to completely optimize your negotiation strategy before you even pick up the phone with a listing agent. Because your approach is anchored in hard, predictive data, you effortlessly secure a significantly better price or highly favorable terms for your buyer. And the moment you deliver that massive financial win, boom, you completely justify your commission. Nobody scrutinizes your fee when you've demonstrably maximized their return on investment. And the final piece of the puzzle, thrilled clients who feel they won the negotiation all while receiving your undivided human attention naturally become your biggest advocates. This drastically boosts your referral rates, so the AI doesn't threaten the commission at all. It fuels this organic cycle that protects your fee and rapidly expands your client base.
Ultimately, embracing these tools leads to a profound paradigm shift in your day-to-day operation. RoPlus summarizes the ultimate outcome for the AI-savvy professional through 3 distinct pillars of success. First, you empower yourself to close a higher volume of deals simply because your pipeline is a well-oiled machine rather than a leaky bucket. Second, you manage this higher volume while requiring less manual time per transaction. This fundamentally cures the chronic burnout that plagues the industry, all because the administrative drag has been eliminated. And third, despite spending less total time on the paperwork, you achieve much greater client satisfaction. Why? Because your human touch is concentrated exactly where it matters most, on the relationship. Closing more deals, reclaiming your personal time, and generating happier clients. That is the true, holistic impact of the AI edge, and it ties directly back to your earning potential and long-term career longevity. Based on the realities of the 2026 market that Leo Robles has laid out for us, the crossroads is completely clear. Will you fear AI, clinging to outdated workflows and letting the anxiety of commission cuts completely paralyze your business? Or will you actively harness this technology to offload the busy work, amplify your uniquely human skills, and become an absolutely indispensable, high-earning professional? The reality is, AI isn't going to replace real estate agents, but real estate agents who use AI, they will absolutely replace those who don't. The tools are already out there in the market, and the roadmap to amplifying your value is clear. The only question is which path you're going to choose to take. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this deep dive has given you the clarity and the actionable insights you need to leverage the AI edge in your own career. I'll see you next time.